What if God comes down and tells you you are never going to achieve your dreams? What would you do? Would you live life sad, mad, or depressed because there's literally zero chance of you getting anywhere? Or would you say, fuck it, I'm gonna live life. Since I'm not getting anywhere, there's nothing else to chase, so I'm just going to enjoy my present. Would you, now that you know there's nowhere else to go, just live life without expectations and needs? How would you live life in such a situation? Would you prefer to walk in a direction that you don't like at all? Or would you choose to take a path you enjoy, knowing that God just literally told you that you are not going to get anywhere? For me, the answer is quite obvious. You would choose to walk a path you enjoy. But to do that, you have to give up your dreams. And I don't mean that in a bad or pessimistic way. Instead, I mean that we have to start focusing on our present, knowing that nothing in the future is going to fulfill us or take away our discomfort. We can walk the path we like, but we know it's not going to fulfill us or make us feel any better. Living life is like eating a cake, and all that extra stuff like money, fame, or whatever, it's like the cherry on top. Who wouldn't like the cherry on top? If you have that cherry on top, amazing. If not, there's no problem. You are already eating that cake. Why do we always wait to say yes to life as it is, even though we think we are not supposed to be where we are? The truth is that you don't need that much to be fulfilled in life. As I said, you can prefer and walk the path you like and become whatever you want. But don't forget that you were already full without it.
So this is about saying yes. This is about saying yes to where you are. This is about the yes to the present scene. The yes to the present scene. However imperfect this scene feels, however broken you feel, however much sadness there is, or doubt, or frustration, or fear, or longing. Let's not make that into the enemy. Let's begin to see this supreme intelligence in this present scene.
Think about it this way. Do you really need to be rich? Or do you just desire it because you're conditioned to look forward to something? Because you're looking for something external to make your life fulfilling? If that's the case, how are you so sure that once you've earned a bit of money, after years of chasing it, your needs and voids are just going to magically disappear? I can tell you for a fact that they're not. For as long as you live obsessed with what your life could be like, and forget to live life the way it actually is, this emptiness, this sense of lack will be there. Instead, why can't you accept that you already have all that you need right now? When you focus on the present and accept that you're okay with where life has gotten you, you'll realize that there was never any point in chasing unnecessary needs. You'll stop ruining the precious time you have right now by worrying about what you can possibly get later.
When we get to the future scene, the future perfect scene that we've always been waiting for, it will be the present scene. And we'll still be resisting it. So that's why we never feel that we get there. Because we're saying no to where we are.
Now, of course, I don't mean to say that you should give up on life altogether. That's not the point. It's a really drastic way of looking at things. Even if God came to you and said, "You're not going to achieve anything," you'll still have to pay your bills, and you'll still need all the basics. What I am talking about is all that other stuff. The extra money, that promotion, the fame, the shit that social media constantly tells you is essential for success. These things aren't actually needs. Put them in another bracket. Think of them as why nots or the preferences. I don't need to be rich, but I would prefer it. I don't need to be famous, but if there was a way to get there, then why not? When you're happy with what you have right now and choose to see all future needs as preferences, you can finally relax. You can live in the present and enjoy what you have. You came here with nothing anyway, and you will leave with nothing in any case. Without this understanding, you'll spend all your precious time on earth searching. You'll keep saying no to the present. You'll never be comfortable with where you are, but will instead be locked in this search for something better than what you have right now. And here's where I tell you the bad news. For your ego, nothing is ever going to be enough. It will always want more.
It's just like the ocean. The ocean doesn't say, oh, only half of my waves are allowed. Only the positive waves. Negative waves, you all have to disappear. There's not enough room for you in me. There's only enough room in me for half of my waves. So at some point, it becomes exhausting, you know. You start to feel the struggle of it more and more. Some people even end up, you know, depressed and in bed, exhausted from life, exhausted from the struggle, exhausted with the search.
So what happens when you finally realize that you're okay with where you are right now? What changes? Well, everything. For the first time, you can actually live without stress. Who cares if you aren't going to get rich? Why should you be disappointed if you don't get famous? It was a preference, not a need all along. You were already okay without it. Again, remember, I'm not arguing for not having goals. I'm just saying that it's better to tell yourself that life is fine the way it is. If it gets better, sure, it would be a bonus. And if it doesn't, well, you were completely fine with where you were when you started anyway.
So it's not really the levels, it's not really the next thing that we long for. What we long for is the embrace of where we are. We don't really long for the next thing. We long to be in profound contact with where we are, to taste life again.